What is it that's fundamentally human that means only we can figure it out? The first one I'll just point out, we don't need to necessarily debate it, but the paradigm that the future will be human in the loop is questionable. And if you look at the market cap of a lot of these companies that are competing for AGI, the only way that there is a business model in one of an Excel sheet with a business model that makes any sense of the amount of money that they're investing to be able to make it back is if they compete with human labor across the board. It don't make sense otherwise. You're not going to be selling subscription services on that. The market cap just doesn't make sense. Bubble. And all these guys at the top of all these leading technology companies are just competing out of ego, or they genuinely think that this is a transformation of work in the future won't see human beings in the loop on many things. So anyway, that's just, we don't need to debate it because I'm not sure I really have the answer to that, but I balk sometimes at the assumption that that will be the case just because, if we can figure out how to do this stuff, why can't a computer learn to do this stuff? What is it that's fundamentally human that means only we can figure it out?
Then what will be the role of the human? So will the human be reduced to what exactly? What will humans do? In the utopian suggestion that AGI will be the prevalent thing and there will be no humans in the loop. I mean, it almost implies that humans will eventually have to cease to exist or will have to shift their modality of existence to something else, right? Because there will be too many humans who are not necessary for the economy to run.
Let's go, okay, there is potential future that's really not good. Don't want to get there, but I have no real way for me personally to act on the thing that's 20 years out. So what can I do today? Let's put in place a few heuristics that make me maybe better at being able to create good for people as opposed to bad. So the first thing, there's a system you might have heard of called the Haas index or the Haas. Okay, so human agency system or scale. And basically, it rates types of work on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being things that you can completely automate without any need for any human intervention ever, don't care. 3 is kind of that middle layer where you want to have equal partnership. And then each 1 is where you want humans augmented by AI, meaning they're primarily driving the value function. They're really controlling it. I think applying that Haas scale really helps.
So what are the things that humans will be able to do? Once agents automate the service economy, once they take away all these service-based things, so IT, support, any kind of supply chain.
So I think in certain respects, it's kind of bleak, but here's the optimistic side, which is thinking about it from an economic standpoint. I think that at the base layer, it's kind of like Maslow hierarchy of needs. So what does make sense to me though, is that every company, every product is going to need tastemakers. They're going to need people that really understand the customer and have kind of an instinct that's not necessarily the average, right? So taste is maybe a spot where human beings can still have a very strong niche. Now, how big is that space? I don't know. Probably not enormous, but it's definitely going to be persistent. So that's at least for me. For me, that's where I kind of land at the moment.